Other interesting cultural news, you have Austin Metcalf's family swatted for the third time. More from the tolerant left, I'm sure. Now, this is brought to us thanks to End Wokeness, and it's credited to an interview with ABC, and he says, quote, Austin Metcalf's family was swatted for the third time in the past few days.
They've responded to a third swatting call targeting Austin Metcalf's family. That's when someone calls in a false threat trying to trigger a massive police response.
He says someone, you can be honest, leftist.
Investigators say someone reported a shooting at Jeff Metcalf's house on Monday night. That's the second swatting call to Austin Metcalf's father. And it comes days after we learned someone placed a similar call to his mother Megan's home. Their son was stabbed to death 3 weeks ago at a track meet in Frisco.
It should have got more views. It got about 200,000 views and 6.4 thousand likes. I mean, thankfully, the Department of Justice is actually starting to prosecute people for these false swattings. Because again, these leftists, crazy folks, are hoping harm befalls to these people. And I can't but notice the swatting is only used as a mechanism one way. It's terrorism. Now, the comments, Gunther Eagleman says, quote, this shit has to be stopped, getting 281 likes. Paul Zupa says, this is terrorism. Whoever's doing this needs to be getting life in prison. Agree, getting 151. Ooh, 52 likes, going up like a stock. I Love Merrick News says fact, and says swatting is attempted murder. And domestic terrorism, getting 153 likes. Miss Jinx says, quote, but Carmelo's family had to move for, quote unquote, safety when their only threat was their murderer son, getting 309 likes. Yeah. You also have Dominic Michael Trippy, which, again, going back to that comment with the, yeah, Carmelo's family had to move for safety. Yeah. I don't know about that. Kind of, let's see. People are making fun of him online, but when it comes to actual physical violence, usually only one side of political aisles this has become a cultural issue, but also a political issue as well. Dominic Michael Trippy says, quote, his father's gotten swatted 3 times at a separate home. His mother and brother have been swatted several times as well. The father was also forced to resign from his job, and twin brother is receiving death threats. Unbelievable. Getting 490 likes. I didn't know the father, I didn't know he lost his job. I need to look into that. Fact check that. Well, I'm curious. What does Grok say? Did Austin Metcalf father lose his job? Which should be terrible because obviously they're the victim. Really? So again, this is from Grok. It says, quote, yes, Jeff Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf, reportedly resigned from his real estate job following the events surrounding his son's death. According to a report from Marca, Metcalf quit his job due to fears of safety of his colleagues and his clients after he and his ex-wife were targeted by swatting incidents, hoax emergency calls sent to their homes. Wow. I was going to say, we live in a country, culturally speaking, where the victim is now treated as... the bad guys get more incentive, culturally speaking, and are treated better than the good guys. Again, this family lost their son because Carmelo Anthony allegedly, well, we know he stabbed Austin Metcalf to death because apparently Carmelo went into the guy's tent or gazebo at a track event, and they wanted him to leave because he was trespassing. And yet, the family who lost his son and twin brother, they're losing their jobs, they're getting death threats. Carmelo Anthony is making hundreds of thousands of dollars now with donations, which in part are going to be used for his defense. But again, they're raising, I believe it was over $500,000 now. And he's being treated by a celebrity, by leftist political commentators and mainstream commentators. Ridiculous. So the father actually stepped down from his job because he's that fearful. That's disgusting. You have someone by the name of Trumpetta saying, quote, we must sentence Carmelo Anthony to life and arrest all rioters. In 259 likes, which, again, he's going to have his day in court. I suspect this will be a straightforward court case, but culturally speaking, that's a fascinating thing. I mean, from a legal perspective, I think it'll be pretty straightforward. But culturally speaking, people are making it very much complicated, making it a race thing, since Carmelo was African American and Austin was Caucasian or white. And yeah, it's a sad world where the good guys are treated like the bad guys and bad guys are treated like the good guys. But let me know, do you think the father would get his job back, or think he'll get back on the job and find gainful employment, after this whole thing settles down? And shoot, if Carmelo Anthony is, sentenced to prison, or maybe actually gets a death penalty for stealing another person, taking another person's life, I mean, what will happen to the Metcalf family? Will they get more? Will they riot against him? We've seen it before, but let me know in the comments because, as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.